You're listening to TGI Sports Talk with your host, Keith Angle, on Northeast Streaming Sports.
Hey guys, Keith Angle for TGI Sports Talk. How are you today? I'm here on the Northeast Streaming Sports Network. I'm here on, I'm actually going to remove Zodiac TV because I shouldn't be on there right now, but guys, I want to chat with you real quickly about fan behavior. More specifically, bad fan behavior, which, to be honest with you, is really not giving it harsh enough tone. Bunch of instances this week in the NBA. At the Knicks game the other night, Trae Young gets spit on by a fan. The fan gets banned. And, Trae Young should be able to press charges against this guy. And for those of you who want to say this is it's a New York problem, bad fans in New York. It happened in the net game. I'm sorry, the Philadelphia game. In Philly, it happened with a fan throwing popcorn at Russell Westbrook. And it happened in Utah with Ja Morant's parents being badgered with racial slurs. Guys, just because these guys make a lot of money, just because you pay a boatload of money for a seat to a game, you don't have the right to do whatever you want to do and say whatever you want to say. There's a social contract that we have with each other in this world that we live in, that we treat each other with some common respect and decency. And I don't know if it's a year and a half of being locked up and now we don't know how to act. I mean, it isn't like these things have never happened before, though. We get on players for getting into it with fans and going into the stands, which is not okay. But how can you blame these guys sometimes with some of the stuff that's hurled on them verbally and sometimes physically? It's not okay. This is permeating our entire society, whether it's driving down the road, being in the grocery store, in line at a movie theater. We don't treat each other with respect. You can't just treat these people like they're a piece of something you own because of the money you paid for your ticket. I mean, it's beyond me that these guys can't go to a game forever. And they finally get to a game and paid a gazillion dollars. These guys who are near courtside that spit on Trae Young. And that's how you act when you finally get out? I hope they not only were banned for life, but they continue to charge them the money for the seat. Not just for the playoffs, but forever. You disagree with me? Can somebody honestly disagree with this comment today? And it's going to apply to the NBA. It's going to apply to the NHL, which doesn't happen quite as often because you got the glass up. Major League Baseball, the NFL. I don't care what we're talking about. This type of fan behavior has got to stop. Whether you're directing it on the field at the players or you're directing it towards the competitors' fans in the stands. You do not have the right to act and say whatever way you want. You can't say what you want. You can't act out like you want. There's times I'm embarrassed to call myself a fan. I'm embarrassed to call myself a Knicks fan when I watch a guy spit at Trae Young. If I'm Trae Young, I press charges against the guy. Then Trae Young's going to be the bad guy in many people's eyes. And some of you aren't going to agree with what my stance here, and you're going to think you have the right to do whatever you want to do. And I hope you'll respond, because I'll let you have your say. But you'll be wrong. Again, we have a social contract with each other in this country. In this world, we should have it, where we treat each other with respect, whether it's or in everyday life, in the workplace, on the roads, in the grocery store, as I said. Let's get it together, people. Is this the human race? Or is this just a bunch of savages acting any way that they want to act because they paid a bunch of money to go watch a ball game? Or you're in a hurry to get to work and you need to be someplace faster than me, so you cut me off and you almost cause a 10-car accident because you don't care about anybody else. Or you don't look, or you're not paying attention, or you're on your cell phone, or you're in the store and you're rude because you're having to wait too long in line for somebody else, or you're mad about somebody for wearing a mask or not wearing a mask. Start treating people like human beings. Sports world. I mean, what happened to John Morant's parents in Utah? Being belittled with racial slurs? Enough, guys. Enough. In the world of sports, it's bad enough the political rhetoric in this country is so far out of control, which I won't comment on other than that. A lot of places I can go there and I won't because I don't want Facebook taking me down. Plus, it's not my shtick on my shows. This isn't political. This is treating people like human beings. You don't get the right to do whatever you want just because you paid a bunch of money to go to a ball game. And that guy's making a bunch of money and I pay his salary. Who brought you people up? Who brought up these people? These 3 people in Utah who badgered John Morant's parents. Who brought up the guy that threw the popcorn at Russell Westbrook? Who brought up the guy who spit at Trae Young? And God knows what's going to happen to Kyrie Irving. And I certainly hate to stick up for Kyrie Irving, as you know. What's going to happen to him when he gets to Boston? And listen, I'm hard on players on this show. And I have strong opinions about them. I mean, I do have strong political opinions, but they're not part of this conversation. I do have strong opinions on players like Kyrie Irving. But I'm never going to spit at them. I'm never going to fire racial slurs at them. Start treating people with respect. Or stay home and yell at your TV set all you want. Or come on my show and yell at me. Not getting away with racial slurs on this show, I can tell you that. That's all I got, guys. Look, it's Memorial Day weekend. A lot of people fought for your right to be free in this country. But being free doesn't mean being able to do anything and say anything you want. Grow up. Act like adults. Act like human beings and treat each other the same way. Keith Engel, TGI Sports Talk, right here on Northeast Streaming Sports Network. Give me your comments. See you later. Have a great Memorial Day weekend.
See right now, without LeBron, Lakers are struggling.
Let me tell you about a team I hate, all right? I know the Dallas Cowboy fan is here, so I had to make sure he knew how much I hate this team.
I'm ready.
I've often said that the people who run baseball, they try very hard to ruin it.
I'm from Brooklyn. I don't have a problem saying it to his face. Oh, I'm from Brooklyn. Hey, guys, any